Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Chelan County Jail Director Chris Sharp says the correctional officer who was stabbed and beaten by 2 inmates last month will soon return to work. People in Washington who previously had to pay fines and court fees for possessing small amounts of illegal drugs will soon have a mechanism to win that money back. Increasing clouds and warm tomorrow before we see unseasonably cool temperatures on Father's Day and into next week. A wildfire that grew quickly and threatened homes south of Ephrata on Wednesday was quickly contained by a combined air and ground attack. The Drumheller Fire reached an estimated 929 acres in sagebrush and grassland after it was reported about 1:40 p.m. Authorities say a mechanical fire on a piece of farm machinery may have been to blame. The blaze shut down Highway 17 near Nepple Road and sparked Level 1 evacuation notices west of Rocky Ford Creek. However, the fire was contained after about 4 hours of work by local fire crews and water drops carried out by 2 Aeroflight scoop planes. Evacuation notices were lifted by 7 p.m. Thad Lawson, the thrift store operator who assaulted a woman in his business, must spend 75 days in jail or on work release. The 57-year-old Lawson was sentenced Tuesday after unsuccessfully appealing his conviction for 4th-degree assault in the 2019 incident. Lawson, who operates the nonprofit Veterans Warehouse thrift store, has now been convicted twice for assaults on women who worked for or visited shops where he was a supervisor. The Attorney General's office opened a lawsuit last year accusing Lawson of serially harassing and discriminating against female employees at his business. He must report to the Chelan County Jail to begin his sentence by June 27th. Chelan County Jail Director Chris Sharp says the correctional officer who was stabbed and beaten by 2 inmates last month will soon return to work. Benito Lisea and Javier Valdez were jailed on suspicion of gang-related murder when they attacked the officer with sharp implements on May 1st. He suffered stab wounds and lacerations. Lisea and Valdez are now in state prison and charged with multiple additional counts. In a report to the Chelan County Board of Commissioners on Tuesday, Sharp said the officer has been fully evaluated and has chosen to get back on the job. A lawsuit accusing Chelan, Benton, and Yakima counties of unlawfully rejecting ballots from Hispanic voters is moving into settlement talks. The suit, filed in federal court in 2021, alleges that the county's canvassing board discarded ballots signed by voters with Latinx-sounding names in the 2020 election at a rate 3 to 6 times that of other voters. Chelan County Auditor Skip Moore and his fellow defendants are asking for the case to be dismissed. The parties are now scheduled to start negotiating a settlement on June 21st before U.S. Magistrate Judge Alexander Ekstrom. Process will remain confidential until an agreement is reached. If that doesn't happen, the suit is scheduled to go to trial in Richland Federal Court starting in October. When we come back, Commissioner J.C. Baldwin with the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority has been appointed to the Washington State Transportation Commission. People in Washington who previously had to pay fines and court fees for possessing small amounts of illegal drugs will soon have a mechanism to win that money back. And music machines made by students in the Wenatchee Valley College Industrial Technology program will challenge each other in a competition this Friday. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today. Castle Rock International is the Northwest premier real estate agency for large acreage properties, farms and ranch land, lodging and resorts, and other distinctive commercial real estate. Professional, knowledgeable, and discreet, Castle Rock International has the listings and the buyers you have been looking for. Contact John McNamara at Castle Rock International today, or visit their website for more information on this award-winning company.
Thirteen nonprofits around North Central Washington have been awarded strategic consulting grants. The funding will provide organizations with a consultant to help guide their organizational strategies and planning goals. Recipients of the grants include Chelan Valley Housing Trust, Our Valley, Our Future, Cafe, and Wenatchee Pride, among others. The Community Foundation of North Central Washington partnered with Icicle Fund, Thriving Together North Central Washington, and the Methow Valley Fund to help offer that funding. The Community Foundation says there will be another opportunity for strategic consulting grants coming up in February of 2024. Commissioner J.C. Baldwin of the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority has been appointed to the Washington State Transportation Commission by Governor Jay Inslee. Baldwin has been with the Port Authority since 2005 and has been re-elected twice. Her career accolades include service on several boards, including the State Community Aviation Revitalization Board, the State Public Works Board, and the Washington Public Ports Association Executive Committee. She will replace Commissioner Jerry Litt of Grant County and be one of 3 commissioners appointed from east of the Cascades. Baldwin's 6-year term begins on July 1st. People in Washington who previously had to pay fines and court fees for possessing small amounts of illegal drugs will soon have a mechanism to win that money back. Washington's Administrative Office of the Courts is establishing a Blake Refund Bureau that's based on the Washington Supreme Court Blake case that ruled that state's felony drug possession law unconstitutional 2 years ago. More than 200,000 felony drug possession charges dating to the 1970s may be expunged under the Blake decision. The Bureau will operate an online portal where previously convicted people can file claims for reimbursement. The state has set aside $50 million to repay those who were fined for possession. That bureau is scheduled to begin operations next month. Music machines made by students in the Wenatchee Valley College Industrial Technology program will challenge each other in competition this Friday. 3 teams of students have created pneumatic-powered, meaning they are operated by gas or air. They're machines to play music from the Star Wars films. The students got creative with their designs that play songs like the Rebel Fleet and the Cantina Band theme. The entries feature a drumming machine, a pipe organ, and a Jawa sandcrawler-inspired design. The competition will be held on Friday, June 16th at 2 p.m. That's near Batcher Hall and the Greenhouse off Ninth Street on the Wenatchee campus. Coming up next, we will bring you our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, where we introduce you to a dog named Felix. Our temperatures will stay warm tomorrow before we see a major cool down on Father's Day and into next week. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Shoot, I think I left my keys in the kitchen. Can you grab them?
Yep.
Find out?
What's this?
It's a locking bag. It keeps Grandma's medication safe.
But I could just take it.
Well, for one thing, it locks. And if it were gone, I know there's a problem.
Huh. Well played.
Help prevent opioid misuse before it starts. Visit getthefactsrx.com.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat, poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
I had had a seizure in the middle of the night, and they rushed me to the hospital and decided to induce labor to try to get the baby out. The outpouring of love and support I got from Confluence Health. My coworkers coming to the ICU to be with me. For me, it's the work family. It's just incredible to have support no matter what I'm going through in my personal life, my own health.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, we meet a dog named Felix.
Hello, I'm Jenny. I'm the Animal Behavior Supervisor here at Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. And today I have with me Felix. So Felix is about, he's just under 2 years old. He was originally with us as a puppy and was adopted to a lovely family who had circumstances that changed and they had to bring him back here. Felix is basically an overgrown puppy. He's got that sweet, sweet nature. Come here, bud. He's a little timid of new things. However, he lived in a home with kids and was great with the kids. He, in playgroup up here with other dogs, he's been lovely. He seems to enjoy dogs of all ages. He is a little bit on the bigger side of a dog, so he does have that rough puppy-ish play. But overall, Felix is just lovely. It said in his last home he loved to play fetch. Yeah, he's just an overall great dog that we hope can soon get out of here and into a home. This shelter environment's a little stressful for a guy like Felix, and he wants to be in a home with his family. So you are welcome to come down here and see Felix at any point. We're open Thursday through Tuesday from 11 to 6. We no longer have a quiet hour, so you can come on down and meet any of the dogs or cats that are available for adoption.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Thursday. Boy, we thought we were going to see sunny skies today, and look at what we ended up with. Wildfire smoke all across Washington state today. There's a 1.2 million acre fire burning up in British Columbia. That was a look at Waterville, your previous shot. This is a shot from our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera, looking down at the Wenatchee Valley. Air quality moderate to unhealthy. Boy, and it's even worse if you go up in the Methow Valley around Methow and Twisp. So be careful if you are a little bit vulnerable to this kind of activity. And that should go away as we get in tonight. Our winds will shift a little bit. We'll talk more about that in a second. Kept our temperature down a bit today. We thought we'd see about 81 degrees. Kept us at 75 unofficially. That's still about normal for this time of year. 78 is our normal high temperature. 100 our record high, and that was set back in 1999. For the second day in a row, we were right on the money as far as low temperatures go at 55 degrees, 43 also for our second day in a row. Our record cold, and that was set back in 2016. Sunrise 5:03, and the sun sets tonight at 8:59. Let's take a look at what we can expect as we get you into that all-important Friday forecast, and it looks nice out there tomorrow. We will warm up. We're talking middle 80s in the Columbia Basin. Warmer spots of Ephrata and Moses Lake at 86 degrees. A little cooler, lower to mid 80s back in the Wenatchee Valley. 83 for Wenatchee, 83 83 in Eniat, and also 83 degrees for you folks up in the Omak, Okanagan, and Tonasket areas. All right, tonight, let's take a look at that. High clouds in the forecast. You can see high pressure still just nudging into the Pacific Northwest, and that's going to provide a very mild overnight tonight with low temperatures near 60 degrees. And as I mentioned, that should make for a really nice Friday. High pressure in control before low pressure to our north starts to affect us. We will see increasing clouds throughout the day, but as I mentioned, going to stay warm with high temperatures in the Wenatchee area, generally in the low 80s for Friday. Saturday, this is where we'll begin to see some changes. It will be sunny. We're not ruling out some breezy conditions. We're going to see that for Saturday. High temperatures in the upper 70s. But then by Sunday and Father's Day, the bottom drops out of our temperatures. That's for sure. We begin to see a very strong northerly flow into Washington State. That means much cooler temperatures for Father's Day. A chance for showers, especially in western Washington. We'll see high temperatures only in the mid-60s for Sunday, well below where we should be for this time of year. Then by Monday, we're going to stay cool and introduce about a 30% chance of rain showers right through the central part of Washington. That will move through quickly, so don't be surprised if you see some showers Monday. Once again, going to stay cool with highs in the mid-50s. For Tuesday, not much change. All of this, here's the frontal boundary, will continue its eastward trek, but we're going to stay with about a 30% chance of showers. Also going to stay with those cool temperatures with that northwesterly flow. Highs Tuesday in the mid-Wednesdays, and then first day of summer next Wednesday, and we expect partly cloudy skies, warmer temperatures by midweek next week with highs into the lower 70s. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now. 58 overnight tonight, increasing clouds and pretty darn nice for our Friday at 83 degrees. Breezy conditions Saturday as that cold front moves through, 78. And then after that front moves through, we are going to cool down. Partly cloudy and 67 on Father's Day, only 65s for the high temperature on Monday and Tuesday, a 30% chance of rain each of those days. And then by our first day of summer on Wednesday, partly cloudy and warmer with a high temperature of 73. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Pitch to the plate on an 0-2. Wenatchee Apple Sox baseball is back on the NCWLIFE channel. Join us Tuesday, June 27th as the Apple Sox host the Port Angeles Lefties. Coverage is brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Confluence Health, JDSA Law, Mary Maids, Mini Blinds and more. Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista, Together for Youth, Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and Walkabout Grill. Your television home for Apple Sox baseball is the NCWLIFE channel.
Before the I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run camera so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's a Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I gotta go figure out this camera. Sometimes the game of baseball comes down to a few bounces here and there, or a ball just out of reach, or a ball landing in a glove. Such was the case for the Mariners Wednesday as they dropped the finale of a 3-game set to Miami 4-1. Several deep balls off Seattle bats wound up in gloves instead of over the wall. It was just that kind of night from the get-go.
And the pitch swung on, hit in the air, center field deep. Hernandez is looking. He loves it. This ball is hit to center field. It is deep. Did he make the catch at the wall? Yes! Jonathan Davis just robbed Teoscar Hernandez. It was a slider belted to left center field. And at the very last moment, Jonathan Davis just robbed Teoscar Hernandez of a 2-run home run here in the bottom of the first inning.
There he goes. Good jump pitch on the way, swinging a fly ball into shallow right field. Coming up is Hernandez. They've got a shot for the double play. They will. The throwback to Ty France at first. They will double up Birdie, who's on the other side of second. There's no way he could get back to first. That is a 9-3 double play. Birdie took off. Did not pick up the fly ball. An easy can of corn out to Hernandez in right field, who made the catch.
Suarez to center. Davis going back and leaps, and he makes another catch. Oh boy, Jonathan Davis back to his right before, now back to his left. Two great plays in the gaps tonight.
Goes out, somebody get up.
Soler out toward right center, and that one clears the wall just to the right of center field. A solo home run for Soler and a 2-0 Marlins lead.
Hold Soler, it hasn't carried very well for the Mariners, but with the power that Jorge Soler has, that was a line drive.
Pokes this one out to right field, and it is a fair ball in the corner. Sanchez and Segura held up. Sanchez is coming around third. He'll score. It'll go down as an RBI double for Nick Fortes. Out towards center. Will it be deep enough? Rodriguez makes the catch. Segura tags. Here's the throw. It's off the mark. Sac fly for Davis, and Fortes moves up 90 feet.
Now the next offering, swinging a drive, hit pretty deep right field. Sanchez going back at the wall. He leaps. He made the catch. He made the catch. He just robbed Suarez of a grand slam here in the bottom of the 9th inning. An unbelievable game. Save and grab by Jesus Sanchez in right field. Oh my goodness, he did it. He did it. He robbed him of a grand slam.
He owes him a souvenir that they thought they were about to get. And he's going to be there to put it away.
Manager Scott Service says they would have loved to get the sweep, but he's happy with the progress of his team and for winning the series.
Heck of a fight for our guys to come back. Obviously, they made a couple miscues there in the 9th inning, but it was one of those nights we hit a lot of balls really well. 3 or 4 caught at the wall, a couple caught over the wall. You need a few breaks once in a while to sweep somebody, and didn't have a whole lot tonight going our way. Obviously, uncharacteristic night on the mound for us. We typically we lead the league in the least amount of walks, and we gave some free passes away tonight. I thought, Luis stuff was really good. Just not as sharp command-wise as he normally is. I say all that, and I think they had 2 hits off him and just a couple runs. And I do think, they're a young starter, probably one of the best young starters in the game, and the youngest starter in the big leagues. Obviously, good stuff. Thought we had some really good swings at him at times. Just a foot here, foot there, and it's a little bit different ball game. But good series for us. It really was. I'm disappointed we lost tonight, no question. The guys are a little frustrated. But, our fight at the end of the game, it was there. Your little breakaway. The guy made an unbelievable catch going over the wall, and he ties the game. And you can't take anything away from the play, and nor Gino's at bat there. So, again, good series. We won the series. You're disappointed you don't sweep. It's tough to sweep. You need a few things to go your way, and just didn't quite have enough tonight.
Seattle has an off day today before welcoming the Chicago, not the Cubs, but the White Sox into town for a weekend series. Friday's game is at 7:10 and only available on Apple TV+. In other American League West action last night, Marcus Semien and Corey Seager hit back-to-back home runs in the 7th to lift Texas over the Angels 6-3. In Houston, the Astros committed 2 errors in the 9th and allowed 3 unearned national runs to tie it, then walked it off in the bottom of the 9th on an error on what should have been a double play ball. In a crazy finish, Houston won the game 5-4. Oakland couldn't hold an early 3-0 lead and had its 7-game winning streak come to an end, falling to Tampa Bay 6-3. Yandy Diaz had 3 hits and drove in 2 for the Rays, while Manuel Margot also collected 3 hits, scoring 3 times.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox threw up crooked numbers twice last night, and it was enough to beat Springfield 11-3. Brandon Ponce had a 2-run double, while Reeve Boyd added a 2-run single and a 5-run first inning for the Sox. We get more on last night's game from the voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox improved to 9-2 to open up the 2023 season, their best start to a summer since 2012. The Apple Sox picked up an 11-3 victory against the Springfield Drifters on Wednesday night, as they would score 5 runs in the top of the first and then score 6 runs in the top of the 4th inning. Reeve Boyd drove in 3 runs, while Brandon Ponce, Travis Helm, and Easton Amundsen all drove in 2 runs apiece. Jack Moffitt started his first start of the summer, went 3 innings for Wenatchee, before Braden Boyd came in for the next 3 2/3 innings, and the Chelan native picked up the victory for Wenatchee in relief. The Apple Sox will go for the series sweep on Thursday night as they face the Drifters again at 6:35 p.m. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
It was Wenatchee's 5th straight win after turning aside Victoria last weekend and now winning the first 2 games in Springfield. After tonight's contest, Wenatchee returns home to host Kelowna on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, Friday's game live here on the NCWLIFE channel. Other West Coast League action last night. Cooper Neville's 2-run double highlighted a 4-run 8th inning for Kamloops as the North Paws beat Edmonton 8-4. Bellingham's Anthony Kadama had an RBI double, while Ty Saunders added an RBI single and a 3-run second inning for the Bells as they hung on to beat Kelowna 3-1. Connor Tollickson's 2-run single highlighted a 5-run first inning for Cowlitz as the Bears shut down Walla Walla 7-2. Nick Dumpsnell's 2-run home run highlighted a 5-run 5th inning for Victoria as the Harbor Cats beat Port Angeles 9-4. Nathan Buchan struck out 6 over 6 innings as he and 2 relievers shut out Yakima Valley 12-zip. Riley Polino, Ethan Rivera, and Michael Easter all had home runs for Nanaimo in the win. Richfield's Andy Allenson hit a 2-run single in the top of the 9th to provide the winning runs in the Raptors' 4-2 win over Portland. Ben's Brennan Davis, Avery Ortiz, and Maddox Maloney each drove in 3 runs as the Elks blasted the Northwest Star Academy in a non-league game 20-0. Bellingham remains a game in front of Wenatchee in the WCL North. Victoria is a game and a half back, while Kelowna is 4 games out of first place. Well, last week we told you that Cashmere's graduate Haley Van Lith had won gold medal on Team USA's 3x3 Gold Cup in Italy. That was her 5th. This week she talks on NCWLIFE Channel's Life with Lisa Bradshaw about what it's like to win 5 gold medals in her basketball career.
Yeah, you know, the first one was definitely like the most emotional. Like, I think I just sobbed like through the whole national anthem just because it's like, it's such an undescribable feeling. Right. But no, it's definitely a high that you chase over and over again because there's nothing like, you know, having them place the gold medal around your neck and then you hearing the United States anthem being played. So, yeah, it's just like people always ask me to describe it, and I'm like speechless. Like, you're just speechless the whole time.
Haley says she's had to learn on her own about the different opportunities for women in sports on a world stage.
I wouldn't say that I necessarily knew, like, I knew about the Olympics, but when I was young, like, I don't really think, like, you know, basketball could win them. You kind of just watch, like, gymnastics, like, like the classics, right? And especially, you know, like, being like a young girl, like, you don't always see women in that position too. So I think, you know, that was something that I had to kind of grow up and realize, like, wow, like, there's these opportunities. Like, I have opportunities to play for my country, like, as a female athlete, and stuff. So those were things that, like, I had to grow to realize that I could actually maybe do this. Yeah. You can watch Haley Van Lith with Life with Lisa again Saturday at 12:30 or on our website at ncwlife.com. Just click on full episodes. That's a look at sports news. Have a happy Thursday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
I want to invite you to watch Network TV. I interview different guests in technology, entrepreneurship, business, education, and nonprofit. It's a bit of a variety show, and you never know who you're going to meet or learn about on Network TV. Tune in weekly to the NCWLIFE channel.
Oh!
What do you think of that?
Pretty big, I like it.
Watch for new episodes of the Northwest Outdoorsman on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.